Hello everyone and welcome back to Roommates. In this game, well I should probably first start off by saying this is actually a reinstall, so I had to replay the game again up to this point, and it's pretty much all the same. The only random thing is I have more study points, or grade points, or whatever you call them, than I did in my original playthrough, which I don't even know why. Maybe it's kind of random, maybe it's not, I just screwed something up. But either way, it's pretty much more or less the same. And when we left off, we were on Halloween, we were looking for stuff to solve the murder. And someone gave me some tips, but I didn't really read them, mostly because I want to figure this out on my own. I'm pretty sure I could figure it out anyway, right? What do you think? Let's start with the main hall, since it's the first one on our list. Time to investigate the main hall. After all, there's a body here to look into. I'll look around the room, just to get my bearings. There's some stairs going up here.
Where?
Whoa. That was a weird sound. You don't have headphones right now, but they made a really weird sound in the game. I'll have to play it later for you. There's some stairs going up here, though that seems to be out of bounds for the game. The main entrance is here too. The butler appears to have gone back outside to wait for the police. The body lies before me. Whoever did it up did a great job. It looks almost like a real person who's had the back of their skull caved in. The body's wearing a very nice three-piece suit that's been treated very roughly. Whoever got to him must have had a fight on their hands. There are holes and tears all over.
That poor suit.
The man was also clearly quite well-to-do. A gold watch peeks out from under one of his sleeves. I'm a little hesitant to mess with the body. I don't know if it's against the rules or not. Hey butler, can I touch this guy? If you think it'll help your case, sir. Everyone else seems to have gone to search for clues elsewhere. I'm sure the police will be able to put the pieces together if nobody else here can. Sounds good. I take a look at the watch on his wrist. It's definitely seen better times. Haha. The strap is nearly broken off, and the face is definitely broken. A little blood has gotten onto it, on the strap on the knob on the side. There's that weird sound again. The watch hands have stopped moving, stuck pointing at 7.
7.
Yeah, 7. I decided to go through the pockets of his jacket as well after a few moments of rifling around. My hand grasps something. It appears to be a stop payment order on a check. On the reason line, it just says cut off.
Okay.
Very angry. There doesn't appear to be anything else of note on his body. Well, butler, I think it's time you told me what you know. Exactly what happened here. Very well, here's the sordid tale. I was here when the master returned from work at 6 in the evening. He was certainly planning on throwing a costume party tonight. All the invitations to you were sent off ages ago. At 6:55, the master noticed that we were dreadfully short of port for the evening. He immediately sent me to acquire more for the night. Obviously, I don't really know what happened while I was gone. I arrived back from the shops at 7:30. I entered to find the hideous scene you see before you. I called the police, of course, but then you all began arriving and well, you know where we got from there. Did you hear any strange noises when you were leaving? Any sign of struggle? If we assume his watch broke at the time of assault, it wasn't long after you left. No, I don't recall hearing anything unusual as I left. It was actually very quiet. And there was nobody here when you got back? No, I checked all the rooms and nobody was about. Are there any other entrances or exits? There is a back entrance, but it was locked when I checked it. Alright, well, thank you, butler. Of course, sir. I think that's all I'm gonna get out of this place for now. Well, that was certainly a good place to start. Question is, where next? Well, we might as well just go in order, so how about the study?
Sure.
Time to visit the study. I think Isabella came in here. One of the classrooms has been converted for the evening. Looks like there are people relaxing all over. Someone even put a few pipes on a coffee table between some of the chairs. They probably haven't been used since I'm pretty sure this is a no smoking building. Isabella is sitting on one of the chairs, idly leafing through a book. I don't know if she's reading it or not, actually. Hey Isabella.
Hey, hot stuff. Glad you came to find me. I was afraid I was gonna be all alone in here.
She's really laying on pretty thick tonight. Not that I mind. So where's Chad anyway? I suppose it's too much to hope he's the corpse out there?
Ha! No such luck. Nah, Chad left much earlier. Said he had to go bail one of his friends out.
Of jail? Hey, that just means more for me. So what did your card say?
That would be telling. And where's the fun in that? Aren't you gonna try to worm the information out of me?
Well, there are plenty of things I'd like to get you out of.
Ooh, tempting.
Isabella stands up from her chair and walks over to me, draping her arms over my shoulders.
So, Mr. Interrogator, you think you can wring a confession from these lips?
Well, this could involve some very in-depth questioning. I wouldn't want you to get tongue-tied.
Don't worry, I'm very hot under pressure.
You're hot anywhere, babe. Come on. Did you do the crime? Isabella grins wickedly at me, then leans in close to my ear.
If I was guilty, detective, would it matter?
Pursing her lips, she blows a little air over my ear. Well, I can certainly offer you a hell of a deal if you cooperate with me.
What's the fun in cooperation? The struggle is so much more interesting.
I'll play it any way you want it, babe. I can be mean, or I can be nice. Very nice.
Well, since you asked so nice.
So what's your story here, Isabella?
Well, you know Mr. Boddy was my boss. We work together, for God's sake. I've been his secretary for 3 years now.
Did you have any problems with your boss?
Of course not. We got along famously. Everyone knows he was always hanging off my every word.
And was there anything else going on between you two?
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
I think you know what we mean. Oh, please, babe. If you were my secretary, I'd be in HR every day for being inappropriate.
Oh my god.
Nice. Very smooth, Max.
Are you saying I can't be professional, Max?
That's almost exactly what I'm saying. I'm also saying that men are more than happy to be unprofessional right along with you. I know I am.
Yeah, we know, Max.
I close the distance between us, looking down at her with my best gotcha stare.
Well, fine. Yeah, we messed around a bit. It was nothing serious, just a little harmless fun.
Ha! I knew it. And did his wife know about this harmless fun?
Well, if it's harmless, she wouldn't really need to know about it, would she?
Well, of course not. I figured. So where were you around 7?
Oh, don't remind me. That was before we got here, right? You asked why Chad didn't come? Well, just ask the patrons at my cafe. They'll tell you why he didn't come. We had a huge fight when he told me he had to go bail someone out of jail. You were right, he did have to go bail someone out of jail.
Yeah, those football players.
He left at 7 and I went home to prepare to come here with you. But wait, that's
what you really did.
Yeah, that's what you really did. What is that? I'm so confused.
I don't know, you're breaking character, Isabella. Oh, I don't know. How far away is the cafe from here?
I don't know, about 15 minutes?
Okay, one more question. Take a look at this for me. I hand the slip of paper to Isabella, watching her reaction carefully. She unfurls the paper, looking it over. For a fraction of a second, her face tightens in anger. Then she's all smiles again. What does that mean?
Clearly, he didn't want someone to get paid. That looks like his personal account, so I don't know what it could have been for.
Did you know his account numbers well, as his secretary?
As his secretary, I ran a few checks for him now and then. I have a good head for numbers, what can I say?
Well, thank you for your time, Isabella.
No problem, detective. Hope you figure out who did this and bring them to justice.
Isabella winks at me and goes back to idly leafing through her book on her comfy chair. Well, there was clearly an affair happening between her and Boddy, but that's not necessarily evidence that she did it. I'll have to investigate further. What about that weird, suspicious look she gave? As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in the murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. I heard he was gonna write a book about his memoirs. That would have been so boring. Hopefully he had a good editor to spice it up. I wonder if he did have that editor. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next. To
The kitchen.
I suppose. We could gather our suspects now and make an accusation, but maybe we'll talk to the others first.
Yeah, plus we could see maybe there's actually port here and he never ran out of port.
I think it's time to visit the kitchen. Did the butler do it? The classic cliche?
I know, right?
Maybe I can catch up with Rakesh. I wander down the hall into what looks like a little break room. There's a refrigerator and a microwave in here. There's even one of those little electric grills plugged in. I see Rakesh applying peanut butter to some bread slices at the counter next to the refrigerator. Digging around inside the fridge, I see a girl I don't know. Let me know when you find the jelly, Roxanne.
Yes,
Ew.
yes, I'm looking. I don't know if they have any. How did you talk me into this anyway?
She looks very angry.
I don't like her. She's wearing the same outfit as Anne. What is with this? Ugh.
I think I've seen her before, or maybe someone that just looks like her with that outfit, I don't know. Because I make an excellent sandwich. Hey, Rakesh. Ah, Max. Welcome. I will get more bread. What is a kitchen without snacks, Who's your new friend? This is Roxanne. Apparently she was staying here in the building to sort out some of her affairs. Ooh, she had affairs too? Affairs? In an old school house?
That unfortunate murder case in the Great Hall is my father. He called me here under some pretense of having something to tell me. It was apparently going to be something about his new lover.
Uh-oh.
Honestly,
Uh-oh.
if he weren't paying my way through college, I wouldn't have listened to anything that old bag had to say. Cut off. Don't you usually cut off a child?
I don't know. Daddy trying to buy your love. What's the matter? Didn't get enough hugs?
Oh, please. He was an awful man, a gambler and a drunk. He probably just fell down those stairs. I hated that man. I hated him to his bones. I won't deny it. I've got nothing to hide.
Ooh. Roxanne slams a jar of jelly on the counter next to Rakesh and storms out of the room. Well, maybe she does. I don't know. There are other people involved as well, so it could be one of them, I guess. Rakesh finishes making the sandwiches and hands me one. So what's your deal in this crazy place, Rakesh? Ah, yes. Well, as to my story, I'm not sure if you ever saw me around the office. I was Mr. Boddy's bodyguard.
You?
You're his bodyguard? I wouldn't trust you as a bodyguard, just saying. He did not feel I was necessary when he was at his own office. Still, I saw you at a time or two. He was your boss as well, eh? Did you two get along alright? Oh yes, he was a very strict boss. You didn't like him? Oh, that's not true at all. Well, maybe a little true. I was not fond of him, but one does not need to be fond of one's employer to remain employed, is that correct? I suppose that's true, but surely you could have found somewhere else to work. Mr. Boddy was very persuasive. You don't sound like a loyal employee. Perish the thought. At any rate, I did not have anything to do with that terrible crime out there tonight. That is for certain. So where were you around 7 tonight? What time was that? An hour before we got here. I was just finishing up with an art class. I was doing a little bit of life modeling. I didn't know you did that. Well, art is a bit of a side passion of mine. We both chuckle at that. Mr. Boddy said that he wouldn't need me tonight, so I took the opportunity. Just one last thing, Rakesh, can you take a look at this for me? I hand him the slip of paper, watching his reaction. He uncurls the paper, looking it over. He looks worried for a moment. Oh, him too. It's one of his personal accounts. Not the one he pays me out of, I think. I hope it's not yours, is it? No, not mine. Probably someone else close to him. It's definitely a personal account. I think it's his daughter or Isabella. Well,
I don't know, you usually cut off like an annoying child that you don't want to pay for anymore.
Yeah. So you think she has a motive to do it, I suppose?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay, well thank you, Rakesh. Make sure to find me if you think of anything else. Most definitely. Thank you, Max. I think there's definitely more to Rakesh's relationship with Mr. Boddy than he's saying. I'll have to figure out as I go along.
Were they in a relationship too?
What was with his reaction? So far everyone's had an odd reaction so far to this death. It's quite the mystery we have on our hands.
No one ever likes Mr. Boddy.
No, they never do. He's always a dick. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation.
Oh yeah, I totally heard his bodyguard wanted out of his job but couldn't get out from under Boddy's thumb.
There's definitely some dirt involved there. Well anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next.
Maybe he and Roxanne were in a relationship.
Maybe. That's totally possible. They were in the same room together, the sitting room. I'm guessing Anne's gonna be in here. Looks just like our common room, but with a nicer TV. I'm jealous. Even looks like someone brought in a small bar. Wow.
Oh, does it have port?
I don't know, but I guess they're not as anal about alcohol as Dominic is.
Yeah.
Oh, he did drink with us that one time. during the drinking game, right?
That's true.
Upon closer inspection, it looks like it's got all kinds of juices, but no alcohol. Oh wait,
Damn.
never mind. Which means I immediately find it uninteresting. Anne is here on one of the small couches in a corner writing in a small notebook. A few other people are sitting in various other parts of the room, but they all seem to be nattering about nothing. Come to think of it, I haven't really seen all those other people much. Most of them must have come in here to discuss things. Looks like a bunch of them have juice glasses. Hello, Anne. Hiding out in here, huh?
Well, maybe a little. I have my reasons.
Well, speaking of reasons, maybe we should talk about your story here. Come on, let's talk about you for a while, huh?
Okay, Mr. Sleuth, what would you like to know?
Well, how did you know Mr. Boddy?
I only just met him a few months ago, actually. I didn't really know him very well. He hired me to write his memoirs, you see?
Ah, so you were writing the memoirs. Do you think he had an interesting enough life for a book? I mean, was his company that successful? I've heard of a few Fortune 500 types putting out their stories. Was it like that?
Yes, exactly like that. Apparently, he'd heard of a few of my books before and he wanted me to ghostwrite his story. Have you read any of my books? I wrote the Starlight Sally series that everyone was reading a few years back. I also wrote A Spy's Game is Murder, which you might know.
Do those books even exist, Anne? I didn't know you'd written anything. Max,
Come on.
way to go out of character.
Max, I'm in character here. Get into the spirit of it, would you? I swear I'll put a hex on you.
Okay, calm down. So you wrote some really well-known books then?
Yes, a lot of fantasy and fiction mostly. I told my publisher I was interested in writing some nonfiction. When he mentioned that Mr. Boddy was a big fan, I thought it would be my chance.
And how was the book coming along?
Oh, it was fine. He was an interesting subject, certainly.
Anne can't meet my eyes as she says this. She stops just short of making a disgusted face. Didn't exactly make for a page-turner, huh?
Oh, no. I can make any story interesting. It's what I do. Did you know that Starlight Sally and the Bugman of Xanadu was really just a story about an ant farm?
Oh, wow.
Number 1 on the New York bestseller list for 7 weeks, and it could have just as easily been written in a 3rd grade science report. That's how good I am.
Huh, and did you have to do a lot of doctoring on Mr. Boddy's story?
Well, how could I? It was non-fiction.
Anne has gone back to writing in her little notebook.
Just notes on this case. If you don't hurry, I'm going to figure out the culprits before you.
Oh, how dare you! So where were you at 7?
You can ask the bartender at the Dog and Biscuit. He'd probably be the only one who could tell you how many I'd had since he's the one that cut me off.
Wait, what? Seriously? Max, come on.
Max!
Oh right, character, sorry.
Look, I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I write books. No problem.
Ha, that's a good one. Okay, one last question. Take a look at this for me, would you? I hand her the slip of paper. Anne unfurls it, looking at it with confusion.
Looks like a stop payment. So? Wait, is this check to me? I'll murder that bastard.
Anne! Anne blushes fiercely.
Well, you know, I would have, but only figuratively. I would never actually... Oh my.
Does it look like it's an amount for you?
Well, no. Maybe if he finally came through on that bonus. I generally make less. Whoever was making this must have been set up pretty nicely. Hell, I should have negotiated for this much.
Well, thank you for your time, Anne. I'll let you get back to writing your case notes. Let me know if you come up with anything.
We'll see. Good luck, detective. I'll be interested to see if you get this one right, Max.
Me too. Anne looks at me appraisingly. She's really into this stuff. I think she's enjoying the intellectual challenge. I give her a little bow and head back out. Oh man, I don't know. Who do you think did it?
I have no idea. I feel like there wasn't enough information.
As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. Yeah, I couldn't get my coffee at the cafe. It sucks. I always go at 10 to 7, but they had shut down some kind of fight. Wait, someone said they were at the cafe. Was it,
Isabella.
Isabella. So it was closed.
But she said there was a fight, which is true.
Oh, there was a fight.
Yeah.
I missed that.
But, yeah. She said that it happened at 7, and they said 10 to 7. They showed up and it was closed.
Yeah, right?
So that seems early for some reason, he just said.
So it might be Isabella then. That seems early for some reason. I wonder what else might be inaccurate. Well anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next. Do you think we're ready to make our accusation? Because
No.
So I don't think Isabella's alibi checks out.
No.
So I think it's probably her. But there was that weird thing with the daughter.
Yeah.
And then Rakesh even acted a little bit weird.
I know.
I'm just gonna say Isabella because I think it might be her.
Okay.
Butler, gather the people. I think it's time we close this case. Very well, sir. Little guy runs off to grab everyone while I collect my thoughts. Once everyone's gathered around, I sit next to the body while I eye everyone. Someone in here thinks they're pretty clever. Someone thinks they pulled the wool over my eyes. Somebody didn't count on exactly how smart I really am. I've seen the evidence. I've talked to some of you very in depth. Isabella winks at me. Uh-oh. The others look around at each other, sizing up what I'm gonna say. And now it's time to bring this little game to a close, with me as its winner. It's all quite clear to me now. Oh.
Oh, why would you lie to protect them?
I don't know, maybe because you'd get points with them, or they'd like you better. But interestingly enough, the daughter wasn't a choice, whatever her name was.
Ah.
So I'm pretty sure it's Isabella, and we
Okay.
could lie to protect her or accuse her. What do you think?
I want to win.
I don't know, but we can get some points with her
We
at
don't
last.
have any points,
This
right?
would be the first time.
But maybe, would she want us to lie to protect her?
I think so. She did wink at us after all.
Oh.
Let's see what happens. I want to ruin the game anyway.
Okay.
Ruin the butler's game and his fun times.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. I take a long look at Isabella, who looks back at me. After a moment, she winks and blows a kiss. It's not difficult to see. An elaborate party, a bunch of invitations with pre-written messages, a convenient excuse that would seem to put them out of the house at the time of the murder. The murderer is clearly the biggest liar here at this party for liars. The one pulling the wool over our eyes from the very start. The butler.
Of course.
After all, can anyone corroborate where you were when you say you were out of supplies? You probably did leave, only you did it after killing Mr. Boddy. What? Well, I never. I didn't do anything. Tell it to the cops, chump. Isabella sidles up to me while the others round on the butler, pelting him with questions about why he did it and what the ruse was about. She looks at me for a moment, shaking her head in confusion.
When did you figure me out?
The stop payment was to you, wasn't it?
He crossed me. I'm afraid that's unforgivable. He wasn't nearly as smart as you.
Isabella slides an arm around my waist.
I think you'll like me when I'm grateful.
I think I will too. You know I've got your back, babe.
Smart boy.
Oh, we finally got
Finally!
points. +5. For whatever it does now. The butler finally disengages from the group accosting him. I'm sorry, Max, but you've got it all wrong. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have. I want to thank you for all coming out for the Alpha Theta Rho fraternity's murder mystery evening. If you would like, please feel free to join us for a party proper at our house.
That guy's a frat boy?
He doesn't look it. Maybe he's like the whipping boy or something. I don't know. He's like the mascot. Everyone claps loudly for the butler, who takes a bow. People start heading out the door.
So he just does it without announcing who the winner was?
I guess so.
Who
It's
the
a
killer
mystery.
was? That's
They get
stupid.
away with it. The Latin house roomies gather in the lot.
I can't believe how much fun that was. Did you see me in there?
Definitely. Clearly you need to channel some of that all the time, Anne.
Oh yeah, you were definitely working it.
She wasn't the only one.
Well, hey, if you got it, flaunt it. Though I can't believe they made me the other woman for some skeezy old businessman.
Well, if the shoe fits.
Watch it, jackass.
Everyone laughs as Isabella starts chasing me around, threatening to bite me. That was a lot of fun. To pretend to be someone else for an evening. I suppose that is what Halloween is all about, yes? Yeah, very good, Rakesh. That's the moral of the story.
I suppose that's very true, Rakesh. Nice work.
Nice work, Sherlock.
Well, now that I'm done with pretending to be a sexy office worker, I think it's time to pretend to be a drunken vampire who wants to go get some research material.
Hear, hear. Are you really just going to pretend to be drunk? I don't think so, Rakesh. I don't think so. Everyone just stares at Rakesh for a moment before we all head off, laughing to the frat house. And, wow, that was Halloween, so I think this is just rounding out the week. Oh, it's that girl again. Mama's thirsty? What? That's a little weird. So, that was Halloween, an interesting event, and we solved the mystery, at least in our own minds, even if we ruined it for everyone else. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.